We'll get the game underway at the City Ground. They've had a live DJ on today. They've had a pilot where folks can have a pint or two in the stands. And she'll be hoping that her side can turn it into a bit of a home party today as well. Fans in decent voice for sure. Underway. First touch of the game for Boychlorka. He gets it back down this left-hand side immediately. A lot of clubs have struggled so far to deal with Boychlorka, who's had a wonderful season. Bagged 5 now, has, of course, been amongst the assists as well, setting up Deanne Rose last week. Cara Hamilton emerging forward early doors. It gets moved back into the back line by Rachel Rowe. So Forest side, of course, who are absolutely superb in terms of possession. Birmingham City have had better possession in games so far this season. Averaging 59% in every game. Ball clipped down this right-hand side. Might be too much. It won't be, though. It's well chased, actually. Superbly chased. Although Lafayette's defended it well. That's off to Wellings, who didn't give up on that. First touch of the game for Amy Andrews. Up and actually taken down really well there. Rouse just turns herself away from danger. Such a smart play with the ball at her feet. Andrews' layoff just caught. Kins it off guard a little bit. Mustaki had a bit of success with a ball like this against Bristol City. Has had a bit of success here as well. Finds Boychlorka, but in the end it's very well defended. Jess Reeville just coming across and knocking it away. And this is already better than the start Everhead had last week. Had already conceded an own goal by this point. Smart little touch here from Forest, who try and clip this in towards danger. Ball's been lost. Deanne Rose might want it. It's going to be struck towards goal, and Rogers called into action. Dives down to her right-hand side, saves it well. Wellings making an immediate impact. The loss of Amy Claypole is going to be a massive one for Forest going forward over these next 2 months and change, and she is the likely replacement for the Scot. Not too far away there. First corner of the match, and it goes for Forest. Into the 6-yard box. It's really messy. An arm and some heads thrown at it. Forest keep possession. Deanne Rose just tries to scoop it out of her feet, and in the end the ball is out of play. It's a dangerous corner, no question. Just sort of evaded everyone. Brome's ball back in the end, just drifting out of play. She'll be delighted now, Deanne Rose, of course, on the score sheet for the very first time for the club. Albeit it was not a goal that would really matter in the end, losing 4-2 last week, or last set of WSL 2 fixtures. Rouse opts to try and scoop it forward. Andrews just drops it dead. Another smart touch from Rouse, who's claiming a free kick. Not going to get it. Mustaki combining well. Clears it away. To begin by Wellings, who's everywhere at the moment. Blades trying not to let Forest breathe with it. It's worked for them as well. Cowan. Heads throw again. Blade straight at them. Rouse doing well. Mustaki's a cool customer, finds Chantel Boychlorka, who wants to find Deanne Rose and may well find Deanne Rose, but Abby Lafayette's read that really well. It's the right idea from Boychlorka. Rose was onto it as well, but Lafayette just saw what the danger was going to be. Cowan nods it on. Rouse again, just dancing her way through and trying to find the through ball, which hits Mustaki. A little bit of chaos, a bit of confusion. Rose able to somehow find a teammate, and the same could be said there for Boychlorka, who's done brilliantly to find Rose. Will charge forward here, the Canadian. Has got an option to her left-hand side. She's taken the correct option as well. Edge of the penalty area, Almqvist. It's blocked by Revel. That was brilliant from Rose. And yet again, Boychlorka. Such brilliant vision. Bro. Forest captain finds Rose with a good touch. And as we so often see, Forest remain patient. Head cuts inside, keeps going here, head, loses out, and Andrews now has it. Got a huge amount of support down that left-hand side. She showed too much of the ball as well. Stephen Healy spoke pre-match about wanting to put his own ideas in place, but also being pragmatic about how Luke Turner and the squad has gone about things before his arrival. More of an evolution approach. I've spoken very highly of what Luke Turner did here, and I think quite rightly as well, from picking up the baton quite early in the season. And of course, we all know that she's done a phenomenal job with Nottingham Forest this year as well. See over the next few months just how Stephen Healy wants his side to tweak things and change things. Did work with Rianne Skinner at West Ham in her time there, which has obviously now come to an end. Almqvist, it's the right ball to find Boychlorka. This is a chance here for Forest. Chantel Boychlorka still going. Runs herself into a little bit of trouble. Rogers up ahead. A good toe in the end. Blades win the throw. Now with Andrews. Chance to run here, Amy Andrews. She can cause all kinds of problems here. It's Amy Andrews who at the moment's going it alone. What a huge amount of support down this left-hand side. Rouse arrived, but the pass evaded. It lands to Lafayette. Andrews with a smart pass back towards Abby Lafayette, who gets the ball away from Almqvist. Tove Almqvist actually has done very well there. Has done really well there. Rouse will pick it up though. Swings one in. And it drifts away. And it's better going forward from Sheffield United. Had such a good season, arguably one of the Blades' standout players this year. It's absolutely everywhere in the game. She's played for some big clubs as well. You think back to her time at Turbine Potsdam, who until the last year or two have been one of the biggest sides in the women's game in Germany. Well, there has been a lot of change, hasn't there, in the Frauen-Bundesliga? Calm from Rogers. Although a tad awkward for Jess Revel. Boyhlarker again. Straight in there. Such a great talent with the ball at her feet. That's cut out well. And that's a very good pass as well. From O'Rourke to find Andrews, got an option to her right-hand side, goes it alone, Amy Andrews. Well saved by Emily Batty. Brilliant from O'Rourke though on this left-hand side. That's a perfect pass. Was the option for the pass for Andrews? It potentially was. There was an option to her right-hand side. We've just had a chance there as well. Sheffield United turning the screw here. Launch back to the edge of the penalty area. Almqvist. Side-footed forward. Blades looking a little bit more comfy in the last minute or so. It's calm play. Back on by Hamilton. O'Rourke tries a little 1-2 and it still worked out for Lafayette, who in the end still opts to pull the ball back towards Tilly Bristow. Talk about Rose being everywhere. Sitting in the back line for a moment. Here's Andrews trying to get away from Rogers. Done really well here, Amy Andrews. Ball though very well read by Head. Game starting to feel a little bit more open now, a little less tentative. With Rogers. They will take their time. Thrown back into the side today. Stapleton on the bench, who's actually had a decent few games. That's an excellent challenge from Bristow. Almqvist going back at her. Bristow undoubtedly fouls her. Go across and apologise. Did really well to win that, but going to a battle with Almqvist and in the end opted for the foul. Big first season, full season for Tilly Bristow, this. Overall done well. Hamilton. Looking for that run of Rose there, cut out. Almquist does well. It'll clip through and Almquist will pick it back up from Rowe. Trying to find Rose. Forward it comes again towards Andrews, who has it taken off well by Brome. Hamilton forward. Neat from Forrest, this. Head, Boychlorker. Chantal Boychlorker shaped for the shot there, finds Deanne Rose instead, who may well strike it. Does strike it, blocked, not a back towards goal, and loops into the net for Forrest to take the lead. It's come in an odd fashion, but Charlie Wellings has got a massive goal for Forrest, and a big goal for her as well. Rose took the shot, it looped up, and she nods it home. Looping over Rogers, who could do very, very little. And if Amy Claypole is going to be out for as long as it seems she may well be, Forrest will need to replace that danger with something. And Charlie Wellings gets her first goal since that brace against Southampton in November. That unbelievable brace, of course. The scoreline 2-1 until the last 5 minutes of the game. She arrived, had 6 minutes, scored 2 goals. Well, 17 minutes in, she's got Forest's opener today. And it's come. Some good attacking play. And a brave looping header. Rouse should chase this back down and does. We'll pass towards Andrews, who just tries to angle her body and flick it on. How does Sheffield United respond now? That's the question. Wellings will chase it again. That's a great ball, but just bounces under Lafayette, who's furious with herself. And you look at many of the things that Stephen Healy will want to improve and want to fix. I mean, Sheffield United are the league's second lowest scorers. In fact, with the scorelines elsewhere, they're currently the joint lowest scorers in the league. It's not a bad ball in, but claimed simply by Batty. Boychlorker started to move, but very, very well read by Sherwood, who puts herself in the right place. Smart pass to find Head, though. Back into the path of Rachel Rowe. Again towards Rowe, who didn't have the best of games against Bristol City. Unable to pull the strings in her customary fashion. Look how deep Boychlorker is there. Rogers will Touch back towards Head, who skips away from one or two. Now forward and over the top, and it's a very good ball, and it's a big chance, but very well read here by Sian Rogers. Slams it out of play. We're almost out of play. And one gets slammed forward as well. Andrews perhaps opting quite rightly to conserve energy. Butler just trying to keep an eye on what Mustaki's trying to do. We know the quality of the ball she can launch from the back. Saw that here 2 weeks ago. Lorca, I mean, yet another great piece of play in a ball that Cara Hamilton might be able to get a hold of. Lafayette again reading the game well. Can't get it particularly far forward though. Tova Almqvist. Rachel Rowe. Well, unbelievably talented player, Tova Almqvist. Finally getting a goal contribution with that assist for Boykolorka. Certainly have cheered her. There's a feeling that she still needs to get going though. And once she does, she's going to be very difficult to stop. Here's Tilly Bristow. Frustrated with herself for the quality of the pass. Boykolorka again. Pass is uncharacteristically a little bit wayward there, and Amy Andrews can drive forward. Eva Butler out to the right-hand side. Still with Amy Andrews, who's tested the keeper once, but a touch is heavy. Butler's done well to come across and assist, and actually done very well to slide the ball out of the play. Keep it set down in this Forest third. Rose with that good touch. Good little layoff as well. Lafayette's still after the Canadian. Blades may have had a fair shout for the throw there. Forest will get it. Lafayette slams it away. 23 minutes on the clock. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield United 0. Charlie Wellings with the looping header. Again, Boykolorka. And again, a wayward pass, actually. I've jinxed the Forest 33 twice in a row there. Over the halfway line, towards Almqvist, who's challenged. Rouse will go over across as well. Smart touch, though, from Amy Rogers. Just helped to find some space and slow the pressing down. Heavy touch from Head. Rouse runs into a Forest wall. Revel opts to go back towards Sian Rogers. Bit of skill from Rowe. But again, this trademark Forest patience. Bro, Mustaki. There's back towards Bristow. And Bristow's turn is absolutely excellent. Now, can she find Andrews? It's a stunning through ball if Andrews can get to it. But to be fair, Emily Batty has done absolutely superbly there. Andrews swings the boot away, but misses the ball. Rock, I think, initially was looking for a free kick, which he didn't get. Boyhalawka chased down by Kinzet. Andrews is certainly getting into the positions. Barring that stinging strike, she's not quite been able to bring others into the game so far. Lovely layoff there from Rogers. Forest stride forward here. Ball through towards Rose, cut out well. Rouser's pass is absolutely perfect as well. Almqvist will come and try and chase down Tilly Bristow, who's still going here. And Almqvist returns the favour from a few minutes ago. And in fact, I think has just been given a booking. Tove Almqvist will confirm that in just a moment. That was the through ball, so well timed and a lovely little slotted effort through, but in the end, to be fair, the Forest keeper read it perfectly. And I think Almqvist has been booked here. But again, we will confirm that in just a moment for you. 27 minutes about to tick over in this game. Forest leading. Blades not out of it yet. And I can confirm that yellow card, as you can see there, for Tove Almqvist. Lafayette, who's the set-piece taker, won't have it. Will get it instead here. Launches it in. Lafayette, edge of the penalty area. Needs to get it under control here, Sheffield United. Ball kept in play really well. Rose. Really, really good play from Deanne Rose, who will now sprint forward. Boyhalawka in support to her right-hand side. She uses it. 4 Forest players coming through here. Sheffield United do well just to reset, force Forest back a little. Mustaki, Rogers, option of head on the left-hand side. Goes with Everhead, who clips it into a dangerous area, but there's no one there. Leanne Cowan opts to just let it drift. That was brilliant down the right-hand side, though, from Rose, the way she burst away. Like a switch going from defence to attack. Nabi Lafayette is just down here. I'm not sure if she needs a bit of help or she's just adjusting a boot. And it's not just Lafayette who's down, actually. There's 2 Sheffield United players potentially needing a little bit of attention here. They've certainly had the moments, the Blades, that particularly through the middle. Don't play a huge amount of width at times, Sheffield United. Stephen Healy will not be wanting to start his time off losing a couple on the field as well. Carly Davies will be much happier today than she was 2 weeks ago after 30 minutes. And Luke Turner, of course, staying on at the club, which I think is fantastic news for everyone at Sheffield United. Held that interim manager role with their real decency, actually, in the period he was in charge. And of course, has built such a good relationship with many of the Sheffield United players as well. Smart move to keep them involved in this new era. Carly Davies is still understandably tweaking a few things here. talked about maintaining her side standards, which was something she felt wasn't particularly well done a couple of weeks ago. I'd say Bristow is, I think, back up here. They jog across to the touchline as well. Seemed like a bit of an impact injury, really. It was a bit of magic spray and a strap. And Julia King's helping to tidy up there as well. Forest 1, Sheffield United 0. There are some interesting scorelines elsewhere at the moment in the Barclays WSL 2. A reminder, you can watch every single game on this YouTube channel from the Barclays WSL 2 this season. Seen Birmingham take Portsmouth apart, and of course earlier today Palace do the same to Durham. Need to shake themselves free fairly quickly. Strange old season for Durham so far. Teddy Bristow waiting for the beckoning back on. Cara Hamilton gets on with it. Bristow still not back on. Bounces off Rouse. Bristow surely back on the field at this point. The break is just slow momentum for both sides here. Head actually had one of the best games of the season so far against Sheffield United in that 0-0 reverse fixture back in November. A little like Almqvist, though, perhaps would have liked a few more good moments since arriving at the club. May well come. And we're going to get a booking here as well, I think, for Bristow. Was already fouled Almqvist, and I'm not entirely sure, but may have said something there. Either way, it's a Forest free kick and a chance to get it into a dangerous area. Everhead jogs over it. Mustaki. Now it's launched into a dangerous position towards the back post, nodded back towards the edge of the penalty area. Almqvist did really well there, that was not easy. Nice little touch there for Hamilton as well. Bristow dances around her but runs into danger. Almqvist. Rachel Rowe. Rose back towards Mustaki. Overhead just knocks it back to the path of Amy Rogers. Cara Hamilton. Diane Rose. Up against Lafayette, who challenge as well. Diane Rose. Up against O'Rourke. Wins that battle. Sophie O'Rourke with the foul. She was another one who was excellent in the reverse fixture, actually, Sophie O'Rourke. Kind of play you always need on your side. She's an outspoken sort. Always fair, mind you. With the makeup of any sporting team, you need characters like that. Bristow stretching for it. Still doesn't look massively comfortable to me. Michael Hawker back towards Rogers. Julia King's accidentally getting in the way. Mustaki tries to get away from Butler. Wellings, the goal scorer. Rome's looking for somewhere to go. Goes to Rowe. Mustaki again over the top. It works so often, that attempt, that tactic. Reeville concedes the corner kick and doesn't get the foul she thought she might. It's a corner kick, sorry, I think it's a free kick there. Corner kick in this one. We have seen Forest cause a problem from corners as well. Rachel Rowe jogs across to take it. Rowe with the corner for Forest. Toward the back post, Rouse wins that header there. Amy Andrews picks it up edge of the penalty area. She's able to help see it out for a throw. She's given Forest away, actually. Hamilton back towards Mustaki. Butler chased it. Rose, smart pass to Hamilton. Deanne Rose. Only half dealt with, drops to Boyce Lorca. Shot is blocked, and there's not much that Rachel Rowe knew about that. Bristow again putting her body across. She plays like that, there's no little wonder that she's picking up knocks at the moment. That's a really good early pass from Lafayette to find Andrews, but Hamilton was smart to it. We'll see if we see Tilly Bristow in the second half. Hamilton stops that dead nicely. Rose has got Lafayette for company. And that is an excellent switch of play out to this left-hand side. Forest over the halfway line. Eberhead with it. Inch perfect pass to Boy Halorka, who's balling towards Wellings. It's a decent one. Rouse has done well. Comes in again. Bristow's put her body on the line. Rogers. Boy Halorka. In low, and it's clipped over in the end by Reeville. And that could have gone an awful lot worse for the centre-back. She certainly had to get something to it. There have been a moment. The heart just clambered into the mouth. Mustaki out to this set corner from the left-hand side.
Come on, Forest!
30 years old now, a lot of experience for Chloe Mustaki, who's actually had a very, very good season for Forest. And there's something that the referee wants to have a look at here, or potentially a word with someone for. And Amy Rogers and Abby Lafayette are called over for a chat. The Mustaki corner. And it comes to a dangerous area. It's actually Lafayette who gets to it. Andrews is able to nod it back on. Forest have a chance to keep the pressure up here. Heads ball. Read by Lafayette, and then Mustaki tries to just scoop it somewhere that Almquist can chase it. Succeeded in doing so. Kinzit just understandably decided to poke it away. Wilson's throw, it's still not clear, and Rogers gets right underneath it. Absolutely slammed that one. Amy Rogers just didn't really do anything with it there, Sheffield United. Well, the Scots not there to score goals. That's not her game, and she scored since March of 2025. A goal in that absolute cracker against Newcastle United last season. It was, of course, in her time at Bristol City. Boy Halorka trying to knock it through. Lovely little layoff from Amy Andrews. And a chance here for Tilly Bristow to come forward. Does the right thing, getting it back to Andrews, who can scare you charging forward. Amy Andrews, the keeper, will come and get it. Sheffield United will be relying on Amy Andrews. Of course, without Charlie Devlin. She is the big, direct attacking force. Devlin will be back for the next game, of course. She just picked up 5 bookings. So as we all know, he missed the next. It's a shame as well with how Charlie Devlin played in the FA Cup. Got that brace, of course, in the victory over Ipswich Town. It's very well read, because that was going through otherwise. Almquist is challenged by Andrews. Rose is challenged as well. Everyone's challenged. Sophie O'Rourke throws her body in. May have taken a bump along the way, and Cara Hamilton has definitely taken a bump along the way. So got away from Kinzit. Rose was challenged well, and then that's a fair ball for both players to try and chase down. Of course, been in this Northern Ireland squad, Cara Hamilton, over the last couple of years. She's an intriguing character. It's not been the easiest season for her. She's increasingly part of Carly Davies' plans, though, over the last couple of months, going into the winter break and the other side of it as well. Stephen Healy. I've not had too long, of course, with these players. That'll change over coming weeks and months, and they'll get to know him in the same way as he'll get to know them. And he's going to have to try and find something in this second half to get them pepped up a little bit, really. It's nice to say that the Blades have been poor in this game, but outside of Andrew's stinging strike, they've not created too much. Now we're going to see the added time here. Or at least we're about to see the added time. Lafayette's throw looking for Andrews. Back out again for another throw. 4 minutes added in this game. Four minutes. Let's see if anything else can change before the half-time break. Lovely little touch there towards Rouse, who's gone with Andrews. Amy Andrews tries to pull it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. Bristow's just put her foot in again. She's in danger here, Tilly Bristow. And with the injury and the yellow card, she's going to have to not do that again. And I think that's exactly what Julia Kings is going to say to her as well. The first challenge is a good one. The second is not. And it is certainly not the kind of challenge you make on a booking. And over the halfway line come Forest. May not be in any great rush going into the half-time break. Swept out left-hand side. Everhead gets it. Goal scorer Wellings. Clips it into the alley and just about wide. Well, Rose and Boyle-Hawker were in there. It's a lovely finish for a goal last week, Deanne Rose. Just skipped by her. Undoubtedly an awkward one. Reeville will take the free kick here. Still goes back to Rogers. Lafayette back towards Reeville. She's under pressure immediately from Wellings, but actually Reeville's done really well to buy herself some space there. Bristow charging forward here. Option to her left-hand side. Surely takes that and does. It's O'Rourke. Back into danger. Just a little awkward for Butler to get under control. Away for a throw. Kinzit. Turn from Rouse, who just tries to keep the ball on the ground. Bristow this time opts, I think, sensibly not to challenge. Lafayette tries to challenge Rose, who then streams away. And, well, that's going to be a booking surely for Sophie O'Rourke. Rose again on that right-hand side. So good in those tight positions. It's the third time she's done it in this game. And yeah, Sophie O'Rourke just left the boot in. Fourth yellow of the season. Lafayette's pass straight to a Forest player. Last minute and change of this first 45. And Forest, well, I think we'll be content just to do this for the next minute and a half. Which is likely the maximum this set at a time will go, probably less than that. Almqvist. Bristow chases it down. And that is the end of the first half. Charlie Wellings, the goal scorer of Forest's leading goal. It was a strike that jumped up, popped up, and then looped over Sian Rogers from the head of Charlie Wellings. The Blades have had a few moments. That long-range strike from Amy Andrews was certainly a question for Emily Batty. But I think it'd be hard to argue that Forest deserve anything other than a half-time lead here at the City Ground. Half-time, it's Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield United 0. There has been a change at half-time for Sheffield United. McKinsett will get the game back underway. And just confirmation, by the way, it is Tilly Bristow who's made way for Joy Ralph at that half-time mark. And again, not a huge surprise, particularly with the knock and with the tightrope walking of the first half. Joy Ralph has, of course, now fully recovered from that very awkward dislocated shoulder. Starting to gather a bit of early steam. Beginning of the season, she was a real teen star over at Shamrock Rovers. Chance for Lafayette to get this straight into danger for the Blades. It is Lafayette. It's not a bad ball in the end, though. Emily Batty has read it really well. Ralph straight at it here. There's a sprint of a lady who's missed a lot of football. Wellings will just chase Lafayette. And just knocks it back to the goalkeeper. Maybe at half-time we might see a little bit more from Simone Sherwood, who was a tad quiet in that first half. Reeville, here is Sherwood. There's Rouse, and that's a really smart ball to this left-hand side. O'Rourke is challenging, swings it in. It's going to come towards Butler here. Can Butler get to it? Well, not cleanly, but she does pick it up here, Eva Butler. Gets a very decent ball in as well. It's going to skim away for a corner kick, but fair play to Eva Butler. Real talent at times. The question is about her being slightly more direct. Lafayette will take the corner kick. It's a decent start to this second half from Sheffield United. Lafayette's corner, nodded away at the near post. It's a scruffy ball in. Andrews, I think, tried to flick it through to Rouse behind her. And now Boyle-Hawker. Reville's done really well. Makes the right call as well. Here come Forrest. Into the penalty area. Smart little layoff back towards Wellings. Boyle-Hawker will go for goal. Well, she's capable. On that occasion, though, not a dangerous strike. Kinzett just moving it away from Boyle-Hawker. Lafayette makes the right call again. Good game, Abby Lafayette. Flicked on, it's going to drop down for Rouse, who just tries to bounce it toward Butler. Rose under pressure, and Sheffield United have done really well here. Rouse wants it back on this left-hand side. Very, very good defending from Brome. Gets it back from Hamilton, and that's a little less good. Just showed a lot of it to Joy Ralph. And in the end, things are mopped up well. Blades started the first half like this. They didn't want Nottingham Forest to sit on the ball for too long, to keep it for too long, to move them around too much. They did that less and less as the half progressed. A lot more of it again at the start of this second half. Lovely little touch there from Rouse down this left-hand side. Ball given away though. Boychlorka. Brilliant touch here from Almqvist, who's got Deanne Rose through the middle, and a ball out to this right-hand side, which he takes. Defended well, but perhaps the pass a little bit dangerous. Eberhead can't get it under control. Joy Ralph's arrival on the pitch as well might just mean that Andrews can drop a little bit deeper to try and influence there. Sherwood's done well, actually. Here's Rogers. And look forward, a little clip as well from Wellings. It's a nice touch, but it was always going to make things a little bit tricky for Boychlorka. It's made a big impact on the international stage as well. Sherwood has it taken off her toe. Lafayette has it taken off her toe. And it's Boychlorka. Two options for Chantal Boychlorka, who goes for goal. It's well saved by Sian Rogers. Back into danger. Misses out Lafayette. And it's lumped clear. And actually may well land towards Amy Andrews, who's done really well. Almost found the movement there of Joy Ralph. Now gives it away. Butler. Pass is cut out. Reville's done really well. Shouts for a free kick for Sheffield United. They want one now. Touch up towards Ralph, who I think knew she was offside. And thus it has proven. That was a big chance there for Forest. Again, was the better ball across goal. Rose and Almqvist were both lurking. We talk about Teddy Bristow needing to be careful. The same needs to be said, of course, for the winger there of O'Rourke, who's also on a booking. Great switch of play here to Rose. Inside the penalty area, Deanne Rose onto that right boot. Very well blocked by Cowan first time. Rose goes again, very well blocked second time. Eberhead. Rose towards Mustaki. Asked a lot of Eberhead here. Eberhead's got to it though, and Reville's done really well first time. Head sets it up towards the back post, and you can entirely see why O'Rourke decided to toe poke it away. Whether she got the call or otherwise. Eberhead did really well chasing that Mustaki ball down. While it was certainly rolling to safety for the Blades, you can understand why Sophie O'Rourke was so risk-averse there. Mustaki will go across to take the corner. Not sure where Deanne Rose was just jogging off to. Mustaki cleared to take the corner. Nodded away again, near post, back to Chloe Mustaki. Opens the boot up to find Rachel Rowe, comes back to her. Launches it back into the penalty area. Another good defensive header. Eva Butler does a little less well defensively there. A few fans asking Rachel Rowe to shoot there. She instead does the right thing, plays into a dangerous area. Wellings claims of a handball. And Eva Butler just tries to thread it through straight away to Amy Andrews. Pressure kept up here by Forest. Ebb ahead. Almqvist. The whole way, Simone Sherwood was keeping track of Almqvist. Diane Rose has just been ushered back onto the field. Obviously needed just some short-term attention there. Mustaki to Rogers. Now overhead will launch it to the edge of the penalty area. It's flicked on. Revel does the opposite of a flick and slams that clear. Mustaki. Diane Rose, who appears to be moving quite well, tried to just skip away with a smart little drop of the shoulder from Revel, but Blade centre-back dealt with it well. Into the penalty area. Still going, and the attempted shot from Rogers is very well blocked by Leanne Cowan. Some frustrated plays out there, I think, from both sides. Rachel Rowe will once again take this in-swinging corner. Takes it short, it's actually a smart one. Ebb ahead. Mustaki. Mustaki trying to dance her way through. That's excellent from Kinzet. That's really good from the number 4. Forest will be happy just keeping possession. Waiting for their chance to strike. Here's Ebb ahead again. Diane Rose turns brilliantly. Back in from Leanne Cowan as well. He has to now follow Rachel Rowe. It's going to drop towards Ebb ahead. It's slammed away. Seen her have a good game so far, Diane Rose. Cowan just clips it. Amy Andrews finds it. And Mustaki does really well. Rouse nods it on, finds Joy Ralph. Here's Amy Andrews. Good chance here for the Blades to counter-attack. Amy Andrews skips away from the challenge brilliantly. Ralph and Rouse in there as well. Amy Andrews has just overrun it. Surely fouled there as well. But in the end, the ball is blazed over the bar. Simone Sherwood in support there too. Certainly a bit more active in this second half than in the first. She's so versatile, she can play pretty much anywhere in the midfield. But Amy Andrews has shown a couple of times today that she's very, very dangerous, but perhaps she didn't take the right option there. Barty's ball a little bit wayward. And a foul against Andrews on Brome. Dropped through for Almqvist because Rose has done really well. Two Blades players just cut off that attempted back heel towards Diane Rose. Sherwood in the way there as well. Kinzet. Rouse. Kinzet will go again. Neither Butler's gone well. Joy Ralph goes in. Rogers. Boy-Halorka will try from range here, Chantel Boy-Halorka. And it's going to again go over the bar. I mean, she's been unstoppable at times. She's absolutely one of the league's very best. Going to the last couple of weeks, only Lucy Quinn at Birmingham has had better shots on target per game. I mean, it was 2.3 to 2.1, I think, the stats in that regard. And again, outside of any Birmingham player, she's had the most individual shots in the league this season. So you can see where Chantel Boy-Halorka sits in the Barclays WSL 2 pecking order. It's pretty high. It's a poor ball forward, and a chance now for Nottingham Forest. It's Boy-Halorka, it's just inches wide of goal. It's taken a nick on the way through. Sheffield United making a rod for their own back there, really. Poor ball, and Sherwood was also not switched on. I think it was a bit of both. That is centimetres wide from Boy-Halorka. Another Nottingham Forest corner. And it comes nodded toward Joy Ralph, who will get into it with Tove Almqvist, concede the throw. Five corners to one for Forest so far. Hamilton fouled. And Joy Ralph, she'll protest her innocence, and perhaps wrongly so on this occasion, but it is fantastic for Sheffield United and for her, of course. She's back playing. She did seem to be building up a little bit of steam, really, before that shoulder injury. Back-to-back goals, and was flying, really, before an enforced spell out. Here comes the Forest free kick into the penalty area towards the back post. It's nodded onto the bar. It's somehow got just on the line. Forest will claim it's gone in. Everyone was stuttering. I was stuttering there. And somehow, Sian Rogers has got on top of the ball. She may have taken a knock to the head in the process. I think it's actually a Sheffield United player who steers this back into danger. It is, it's Joy Ralph, and Georgia Brome gets a touch to it. Immediate nose from Sheffield United. A quick shove from Lafayette as well. Sian Rogers seems okay. But it was Joy Ralph who I think steered that back into danger. And they've got away with one there, Sheffield United, they really have. Reeville. Ball almost ran through towards Butler. Almqvist. Ball just got caught in her feet a little bit. And she's won the free kick. Foul by Sherwood. It's awkward for Almqvist, who just couldn't scoop it out of her feet, and then Sherwood just sort of landed through her. It's a clever one to go back to Mustaki. Launches it forward. Lafayette's read it well. Ebb ahead. It's going to come through towards Chantel Boy-Halorka. Two blades in the way. Lafayette gets a body across. Best player of the game for Sheffield United so far, Abby Lafayette. Joy Ralph has emerged with the ball, done well. Now we'll move it forward. It's just cut out well by Brome before it can reach Andrews. Very good sliding challenge on that occasion from Sherwood. Wins aside the throw as well. Rouse. Butler Saw the run there for Ralph. Back towards Rouse. It's going to take a bit for Amy Andrews to chase this down. She'll do it. Andrews needs to make her way more central here. She'll pick it up. Sherwood back towards Amy Andrews. Maybe she doesn't need to make her way more central into a dangerous position. Almqvist will emerge with it. Tove Almqvist is still going here. Makes the right call. And it's somehow going to find its way through to Deanne Rose as well. Revel does well just to mop things up. Lafayette skips away from her marker. And it's a bit of a wayward ball there. Just drifts through to Eberhead. Brome, good play. Rowe almost got it through. Wellings. Just seems that bit more structured for Forest when they have possession. Boyhalorka's ball through is a good one. It's Wellings who just chips it up towards the back post, and it's dealt with well. Rowe. Boyhalorka. Chantal Boyhalorka onto the left boot. Tries to find Rose. Sliding toe poke away. That's a very, very good pinpoint pass. Head will try and get it across, and actually Leanne Cohen positions herself superbly. She's played pretty much every minute of every game so far, just the 18 minutes missed so far this season, Leanne Cohen. And Amy Rogers didn't really get a chance to miss that. Corner again here for Forest. Rachel Rowe again will take it. See what she was trying to do, but no dice on that occasion. Stuckey sets herself, launches it forward. Blades pick it back up here. Butler wanted it back, but Kinsett, I think, understood it was a low percentage chance of that landing. Cowan. Sherwood finds Rouse. Kinsett, this is slightly nicer, this from the Blades. Sherwood does well there because that was awkward. Cowan to Rouse. Butler. He's trying to get away from a bit of attention and has done superbly to find Rouse. Rouse, smart touch there towards Joy Ralph. Ralph just tried to find Andrews. Back to Butler. Whips it to the edge of the penalty area. Chance here for the Blades. If they can get the shot away, they can get the shot away. It's wide of goal from Kinsett. But the structure of that Blades attack was much better there. Just couldn't quite get a hold of it first couple of times and then got too far around it. Encouragement from Joy Ralph when she met her. 20 minutes to go. Forest 1, Sheffield United 0. 17th minute. Charlie Welling's goal still separates these two sides. Rose, that's excellent from Deanne Rose. Eberhead just tried risky ball through. Lafayette doesn't use Rouse, goes towards instead Ralph, who finds Butler. Butler to Ralph, who tried to dance her way through and got the last touch on the ball. I imagine we'll start to see a few more changes over the next few minutes. Jan Rose. Almqvist. Boy-Hloka. Shots of pressure from the bench, which isn't really coming. Sean Rogers with a smart pass. O'Rourke. Cowan's positioned herself nicely, and that's a really smart ball to find Joy Ralph, who's got two in the centre here. Still going here, Joy Ralph. It's a smart pass towards Kinzert, who might get another chance at goal here. And Kinzert pulls it back. Amy Andrews gets it blocked. And then they'll emerge with the ball here, Nottingham Forest. Best chance of the game for Sheffield United. Sherwood involved in a wrestle. Wouldn't your mind too much, having been pulled up there. Joy Ralph did so well here. Was the option for Kinzert to shoot. Just behind Andrews, could never really get a telling touch to it, and Cara Hamilton had positioned herself perfectly. Neat from Forest, Almqvist. And Rachel Rowe. Deanne Rose. Deanne Rose is charging into the penalty area here. Pulled back. Important touch from Kinzert. And well, Leanne Cowan had one option there and she took it. Well, defensively, her side have been a great deal better today. That was something that Callie Davies said she'd be working on. Eberhead. Into the side netting, the cross goes. 16 minutes of normal time to go. His first time in the dugout for Sheffield United. The moment is ending in a loss, but there is time. Smart steer of the ball there. And in fact, neat play from Sheffield United. Kinzert having much more improved second half. Lafayette just slices it out left-hand side. Andrews has drifted there as well. It'll come to Amy Andrews. Nice little pass towards Rouse. They need to get some bodies in the centre here, the Blades. Andrews will try and get it in. Rouse will challenge for it, Boy-Hloka. And now, a chance to drive forward here, Forest with Cara Hamilton. Sherwood's chasing back with her, and Lafayette able just to pick the pocket. As it comes over the top, and now the question is Joy Ralph onside? She appears to be until then, and she is no longer onside. There's a moment there that it seemed the flag wasn't coming.
Today's attendance at the world famous ground 905. Thank you for your support.
We will confirm the attendance in just a moment. So only 900 mark today. Rievel's just trying to dance away through a couple of players here, has in the end done the right thing. Had a good game, to be fair, I think. So too was Abbey Lafayette. But it's at the other end where Sheffield United need players to start performing. Cowan's done well up against Rose. And we're going to see some changes in a moment. We're going to see two changes, and we're going to see a debut as well. Libby Smith will come on, and so too will Vivienne Leah. And it looks like Deanne Rose and the goal scorer Charlie Wellings will be the two replaced here. In fact, we're going to get three changes because Holly Olding, I think, is going to come on as well. There's the debutante, Libby Smith. So Holly Olding, Libby Smith and Vivienne Leah all come on to replace Deanne Rose. Charlie Wellings and Tove Almqvist as well. Kinsett, the ball's not fully cleared. She gets her boot to it there as well. Libby Smith is going to be not just a very talented player, but an important player, you feel, as well. She's got a lot of experience. She's got a lot of talent, Libby Smith. Of course, she knows what it's like to get the job done in this division. Was at the London City Lionesses, of course, up until the end of last season. Amy Andrews just a bit scrappy from everyone there, really. And here's Rachel Rowe. Ball down that side for Libby Smith to chase. Lafayette clears the ball off her. And now a Blades change as well. And from the look of it, we're going to see Lauren Thomas make her way onto the field. And Simone Sherwood, after her first start for the club, will make her way. Lauren Thomas, first taste of action since the 21st of December. Game against Southampton. Now a chance inside the penalty area. It might be too awkward for Leah. Rogers could have let that go, but again, you understand why she didn't. Back toward Rachel Rowe. Vivienne Leah. Rogers. Poor ball in, cleared away. Rachel Rowe. Ollie Olding. Again, Forest starting to move forward, starting to just drag Sheffield United around a little bit. Rodgers. Lafayette with it. Boy Clarker. Just manages to turn it there. Comes back to Boy Halorka, who's then blocked well by the attention of Rouse. Mustaki will take the corner. Forest will keep prodding and probing. That's the way they play their football. They'll keep possession, they'll keep moving it in a snappy fashion. They are the league's most accurate passers, but at some point soon, you'd imagine they'll slow things down a little bit. Mustaki's corner into a dangerous position, and is it Mustaki Boy Halorka who's nodded it over there, or was Shan Rodgers in the way? Keeper's unhappy about something. Here's the corner. Who gets the last touch to that? I think it is Boy Halorka. Puts it straight over the bar. There's a smart pass there, though. Libby Smith goes for goal. It's not far away. What a debut that would have been. Already showing what she's going to be able to do over these coming months. And it looks like there was a mistake there, which may well have given Nottingham Forest another corner kick here. Vivian Leah will go across to take it. Only 19. Hoping for a bit more football in the second half of the season than in the first. Here comes Leah's corner. It's not clear. It's still not clear. Now it is somehow clear. And there's an issue, I think, for Shan Rodgers here. Yet again has put a body on the line. Not for the first time with the massive bodies around her today. Now, is it in fact, she almost does the splits inside the goal. Is that the issue? She's certainly moved the body very awkwardly. It's a real mess inside the penalty area. Now, Charlotte Parker-Smith is on the bench, if required, of course. Stephen Healy will be looking on with a little bit of worry here, because it's just the way that Shan Rodgers' body moved in amongst that melee. Getting some more attention. They're actually spending more time on her head, so it may have been a knock to the head. She may have taken a bit of a bump there. That is twice there has been a goal-mouth scramble, and twice Sheffield United have got away with it. Maybe perhaps Shan Rodgers hasn't necessarily got away with it. Comes up to the referee. No, it might be that Jan Cowan is going to move this ball down the right wing. Joe Ralph has chased the whole way. Five minutes of, in fact, less than now to go. And for another Forest throw. Cowan will chase down Smith. Kinzit tries to steer it on the outside of her boot. Still going to somehow make its way to Amy Andrews here. Cara Hamilton is with her. Andrews has won it, fairly according to the referee as well. Amy Andrews still going, and in fact wins the free kick as well, which a few Forest players do not agree with. And in fact, I think one of them will receive a yellow card for. Georgia Brome, recently back from suspension, of course. Red card against Charlton. Well, not a bookable offence in terms of the actual foul, but it may have been the aftermath that's seen the Forest captain carded. Big moment this for the Blades. Can they get back into it late? Cowan on the edge of the area. Free kick is clipped in, nodded away. Back in it comes. Loop clear. Cowan nods it back in. Vivian Leah. Butler. That's a smart ball around the back. If Joy Ralph can get to it, but yet again, Emily Batty knew exactly where to be and when. And now the goalkeeper at the other end might need a little bit of treatment. It's only a slip as she collected it. Well, she's smiling about it, so I don't think it's too big of a worry. He said he's been watching Sheffield United games for a couple of weeks. He's known where the club is at, he's known where the team is at. I'm sure that nothing he's seen today will necessarily surprise him. Charlie Devlin missing is certainly an issue. She's such a great outlet when Blades need to get forward. It is only a one-game suspension. She will be back next time out. And I have no doubt she'll be part of that team with that very difficult task against Sheffield, against Charlton, I should say, next week. And it's a heck of a task for anyone in this division at the moment. Five minutes added time here at the City Ground. Just over 900 in attendance today. Lafayette launches it in. Nodded away for Molly Rouse to pick up. Butler with a sloppy pass, just takes a bit of the steam out of it. Kinzit. Amy Andrews charging in here. Trying to pull it back. It's well blocked out for a corner. You don't want to see Amy Andrews charge towards the penalty area. No one's won more penalties for their side this season than Amy Andrews. Cowan sweeps it back in. That's quite a good ball. Lafayette will flick it on. Still not clear, this. Still not clear. Lafayette will try the strike. It bounces wide of goal. It's taken a deflection. And she'll sprint across to take the corner. We're into the 5 added. She did so well to flick it on. Came back to us. So many bodies in the way. She wins the corner. She'll take the corner. And it comes. It's a low one. It's toward goal. It's blocked on the strike. Forest got to try and get this clear. That's a brilliant challenge from, I think, Reevil. Amy Andrews tries the strike. It's always too strong. Sheffield United asking questions in the last few minutes. That is brilliant from Reevil. And then Andrews didn't have a million options with how many Forest players were sitting inside the penalty area. You can see why she went for it. She had some bursts of really good performances this season. But it has been tricky, hasn't it? Club-wide for Sheffield United. They're already at way more points than they managed to accumulate the entirety of last season, of course. 27 points last year. 12 points coming into today. It might be that's all they finished today with as well. Straight out for a throw to the blades here. Not long to go in this game. Can they grab dramatically something from it? Lafayette's throw. Lauren Thomas has gambled brilliantly here. Slammed clear. Butler leaves it for Lafayette. Might be a long one in here from Abby Lafayette. Leah clears it. And second time as well, Cowan. They need to make something here. Joy Ralph. It's not a bad ball in. It was certainly asking questions, and it pinballed around, and it's in the end pretty simple for Emily Batty, but it could have gone anywhere. Lafayette's throw. Nod to the halfway line. Leah just puts her body across smartly. Cleared down the left for her to chase once more. Not going to keep that in play. Sheffield United just need to launch this forward and see what they can do. Maybe Smith lays it off really well for Rowe, who's not sitting back just yet. Rachel Rowe still going here. And now just running it away a little bit. Leah, up ahead. Rouse will try and challenge it. Eva Butler will try and get in as well. And again with Rachel Rowe. Libby Smith. Ralph will chase it. Brome back to Emily Batty. Begins at the furthest forward outside of Andrews on the left-hand side. It's going to bounce through to Chantel Boyle-Halorka here, who's up against Reevil, who had a bit of support from Libby Smith, but Jess Reevil did really well. Final few seconds of this game now, surely. Lauren Thomas over the halfway line. That's an interesting ball. It was almost finding its way through to Andrews, but Cara Hamilton gets the last touch of the game, and a high five from her goalkeeper as well. The 17th minute header from Charlie Wellings is what wins this game for Nottingham Forest today. The Blades never really created enough going forward. And as Luke Turner today has handed over responsibility from here on out to Stephen Healy, there is a lot for the former West Ham coach, the former MK Dons head coach to do. They'll have Charlie Devlin back next time. But Sheffield United will need to start looking over their shoulder with a bit more focus at present. Whereas Forest, after real disappointment here 2 weeks ago against Bristol City, have won the game, not necessarily with no fuss, but I think it's fair to say with very little fuss today. Lauren Thomas and Amy Rogers with a few nice chats. There was quite a bit at times for Julia Kings to have to do. A fair few yellow cards issued in the game today. 5 in total. Hamilton, Revel, O'Rourke, Bristow and Almquist. Chantal Boychalorka, you're always going to have an outlet. Forest used her again and again. Quite rightly too as well. It's an important win this for Forest and an important clean sheet as well. They've only had 1 clean sheet in their last 5 coming in today. I suppose you could make that 2 from 6 now. Carly Davies spoke at length about how that performance against Bristol City wasn't terrible. But defensively they weren't where they wanted to be. Well, they were today. The problem for Sheffield United continues to be at the other end. They started the day as the second lowest scorers in the Barclays WSL 2. They're now the joint lowest scorers in the Barclays WSL 2. And Stephen Healy has got a bit of a job to do here to just give his Sheffield United side a little bit of a boost. They've lost 4 in a row now. Their last win, the 9th of November, that victory at Crystal Palace. It is the start of his journey and of their journey with him. And a quick word for Abby Lafayette there as well at the bottom of your screen, who had a very decent game today. Carly Davies will be very happy indeed. There's a fair few smiles in that big circle as well. Forest back to winning ways. They'd lost 2 in a bounce. They are now back in the green today. Coaching staff and players listening to their boss, who's just seen them deliver a fairly comfortable, in the end, 1-0 home victory. We mentioned that Sheffield United will next take on Charlton, which is not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. And actually the same could be said for Forest, who travel to Birmingham next. Some big games ahead. You can watch them all on this YouTube channel. Every single Barclays WSL 2 game this season. And in this one at the City Ground, it finishes Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield United 0. Well, the stats themselves probably tell you a fair reflection of how the game went. 18 shots to 9 in Forest's favour. Sheffield United having to do the bulk of clearances and having to dig in. I think in truth defended well today, Sheffield United on the whole. The passing accuracy is exceptional for Nottingham Forest, 84% today. And there's a fair few fouls in the game as well, along with the 5 yellow cards. Sometimes stats don't tell the whole story. I do not think necessarily that is the case today. Well, scores elsewhere then. Well, we saw the early kick-off, didn't we? Crystal Palace took Durham apart. Newcastle got back into the game against Charlton. The game's not yet done, but Charlton leading 2-1. Bristol City equalised against Ipswich. What a huge 3 points that would have been for Ipswich Town. You never write Bristol City off, though, with their attacking talent. Sunderland beat Southampton by a goal to nil. That's a big, big 3 points for Melray. And of course here, Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield United 0. Of course, we did have a game yesterday, didn't we, as well? Birmingham dishing out a 4-0 victory over Portsmouth. Well, let's take a look, shall we, in just a moment at the match highlights. The 1-0 that had chances. Deanne Rose getting the shot away here, but it took the deflection, looped up, and 17 minutes in, looped in as well. Charlie Wellings has done so well with that, because that is so awkward to get under it, to get it above the head of Sian Rogers. And a little dance celebration as well. Abby Lafayette, brief moment of weakness in a game where she played very well. Boyhalorka testing Rogers, who was equal to it. That's a really good stop from Sian Rogers. And 2 chances cleared off the line in the game as well. There's a number of moments in it, really, where things could have been very different. Boyhalorka looping that one a long way over. And that one just inches wide. And as I said, there's very few players in this division who have more shots than Chantal Boyhalorka. We've seen plenty of them in this one. And that was a huge moment. Just stopped it from heading in there. Sian Rogers, it was such a messy opportunity because Joy Ralph is actually the one who steers it towards goal. Brome hit the crossbar. Rogers somehow kept it over the line in the right direction. This was Wellings, got it in towards Rogers. Was occasionally the chances, of course, for Sheffield United. Ella Kinzet putting this one wide. Do too much in the first half, but I thought was excellent in the second, Ella Kinzet. And Joy Ralph, who, it's a joy really to see her back on the field, did cause some problems in this second half. Could Kinzet have shot here, maybe? Either way, it's just behind Andrews enough to put her off balance and stop her from comprehensively putting it in. And this perhaps should have gone the way of Vivian Leah a little bit earlier. In the end, she had to stretch when the ball was already well beyond the goal. And this was the second goal-mouth scramble. One that saw Sian Rogers take a bump to the head as well. And the Blades got away with it. They haven't got away with the result, though, today. Nottingham Forest claimed the victory and continue to look very much a Barclays WSL 2 side after promotion last season. Sheffield United, after all of last year's woes and their lucky escape coming into this season, need to find a little bit more and need to find it fairly quickly. Thank you for your company today. At the City Ground, it's finished Nottingham Forest 1, Sheffield United 0.